Okay, here's a great problem as a warm-up for the quiz today. I want to encourage you to actually pause the video and try this on your own. And this will really get you set for the quiz really well. So in this problem, the question is, what is the measure of this length of a triangle? Now they didn't give you just one triangle, but they gave you two. So there's a bit of work to do here because you don't have this side here to figure out the length of that hypotenuse. So take a minute, if you would, pause the video, try and figure this out, and then watch the rest and see if you can figure this out. All right, so the entrance into this problem is spotting that I've got these two sides here, and I would pull out my highlighters, and what I'm doing is looking at this triangle here because I have two sides, which means Pythagorean theorem can tell me if it's a right triangle, and it is, they told us that I can find out this third measure here. So I'm going to find the areas of each of the sides. The 13 times 13 is 169, and down here 5 times 5 is 25, and those are the areas of that square made by that side. And then you got to decide, am I adding these numbers or subtracting? And we see, since this is the hypotenuse opposite of that square, this is the largest side, so I'm going to have to subtract. And so I'm going to take that 169 minus the 25, and I get 144. So this side length is not 144. The area of the square made by that side is 144. So I have to use that symbol in the calculator, square root of 144, and I find that that equals 12. So now I've found the side here. And now I can tend my focus to the other side, and I'm going to pull out my highlighter, and I'm going to look at this triangle and ignore this one now. So I'll take that back off. Now I've put my focus onto this one, and now that I see this number, can you see this? Can you put this together now? I've got two sides, and I have one unknown side over here. So this, just like the other side, is going to be pretty easy. We're just going to do our math here. The area of that square, 12 times 12, 144, and over here, this side, 14 times 14 is 169. And so I'm going to ask, do I, this 144 and this 169, am I adding them or subtracting them? Am I going to end up with a bigger number or a smaller number? And so most of you figure this out. We're going to be adding these numbers together, that 144 plus this 169, and it equals 313. So this isn't a very clean number. It's not a memorized perfect square. So what am I going to do with that? And what I'm going to do is take the square root of it. So I'll use the calculator. And this number goes on forever, right? 5.7445, and then a whole bunch of more numbers. And typically what we'll do is we'll round either to the tenths or the hundredths place, and this time the test is going to ask you to round to the hundredths place. So I've got to decide now, does that 4 go up to a 5 or does it stay at a 4? And so I look at the number after it, and since this number here is less than a 5, that'll stay the same. And so my final answer that I'm going to put is 5.74. That would be the length that they were asking for. All right, great job. Go ahead and take your quiz. If you can do this problem, you're going to get an A on this quiz. Good job, everybody. Thanks.